is Barb and I am one of the teachers at Yoga Shala. So at the studio I teach a variety of classes. The wall class that you see behind me is one of my favorites. I also teach Hatha. I also teach in the hot room the Hatha flow as well as Yin. Okay. So the wall class is a wonderful class to bring greater awareness to what you're doing in your practice. It really, in essence, doesn't allow us to cheat. Yeah, it allows the body to come to understand how to maintain an even pressure on the joints by demanding the muscles all work as a team and not one set gets to go for a coffee while the others are working. So the wall class really will benefit any practitioner, whether advanced, beginner, intermediate, because in addition to allowing a greater awareness of what we're doing with our bodies, it's also allowing a decompression factor of the joints when we come into some of the inversions, but not even inversions fully, into a forward fold, into downward facing dog, into even some of our lunges. By keeping the hips held on one side, it actually helps to decompress the joint so that it really facilitates greater flexibility, an ease of compression that we feel from gravity daily. And it also offers a wonderful feeling of surrendering. When we're upside down and when we trust the ropes to hold us, it's a really great way for people to truly understand what it is to let go. So yoga originally came into my life when I was 3 years old. My mom would practice it. She was a stay-at-home mom in the 60s, and she would practice with Koreans yoga on TV. And I, being a later birth date in the year, didn't get to go to school when my friends did, and so I'd stay home and I'd do yoga with my mom. That's really how it originally came into my life. Later on, I came back to it when I was in a career of theater, and in between shows would train in yoga to keep my body able to do what it was that my theater life was demanding it to do. Later in life, my official yoga class would have been with one of my first teachers that I stayed with for a long time, Suzanne Fitzpatrick, and it was in Toronto, and it was a Hatha wall class actually. And the one thing that I'll always remember of it is that I felt such an incredible connection with the little girl that I used to be. So it really, I'll never forget that feeling after that class, that I felt like I had connected with me again. So something you may not know about me, as calm as I may seem on my mat, my life is pretty crazy, with 3 children, a cat, a dog, a husband, 2 gecko lizards, and working at various jobs at once. Things are pretty crazy, so when I step onto the mat, that's really a reprieve for me as well. And I guess the other thing that Sherry might want you to know is that I'm addicted to green matcha lattes from either Starbucks or Copper Kettle. My favorite yoga pose. Well, there's a few of them. I love any of the heart openers. Yeah. So I love Ardha Chandrasana when we're fully extended, and I love Ardha Chandrasana, our upward wheel, especially when you're supported with ropes on either side. There's nothing better. So I'm going to leave you with a little wall series that gives a nice little overview of the wall. We're beginning with some forward positions and coming into standing positions, and then coming into my favorite, Ardha Chandrasana, and then quietly finishing it off with our child's pose on the wall, which is just a really lovely, quiet place to go. Enjoy. Alrighty, coming into Parshvottanasana. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale, forward fold. As we inhale, lengthen the front of the spine. Draw the blocks lower. If you're moving lower, keep them up if they need to stay up. Inhale, lengthening front of spine. And exhale, forward fold. As we're in forward fold, you have the option of staying there. Or if you'd like to feel a little bit more of the abdominal engagement, bring your hands back towards the wall. You'll feel the lengthening of the hamstrings. The front left hip is moving back. The rope is assisting you in feeling that. You can feel the wall on the back of your right heel. And then drawing the abdominals into the engagement to further finish that fold. Gently inhale. We're going to come out of it back to that flat back. And then inhale all the way skyward. As we exhale, we're going to bend that front leg coming into vertebral one. Move that front foot in if we need to. We may at times need to loosen that rope on the left hip. As we roll the lower spine downwardly, roll the upper spine upwardly. 3 to 5 full breaths here. So we feel that left hip moving back, right hip gently moving forward. Moving into our warrior 3, vertebra 3. Getting your back foot onto the wall, you may need to loosen that leg strap just a little bit to allow you to extend to the full length of your leg. Left hip right over top of the left foot. Feeling that not only the moving back of the left hip towards the wall, but that gently lifting of the left side. If you'd like to take it up, you can extend one arm forward and bring it down. Take the other arm up as you inhale, and then exhale, bring it down. If you wore your red cape today, take both arms up, taking it into a little greater intensity. Keep the breath smooth, no matter how challenging the posture becomes. Exhale, hands are moving down, and come into a forward fold, just releasing the spine. We're going to lengthen back out, and we're going to transition into a lateral position, coming into Ardha Chandrasana. You can adjust that block as you like. Still feeling that left hip rolling back. So we're keeping that external rotation of the top of that left thigh. Rolling the right thigh open now, stacking right hip on top of left. And then roll the right side of the body open. Lengthen the back of the neck. Taking full deep inhales here, feeling the strength through that back leg all the way to crown of head. Gently moving into revolved Ardha Chandrasana. You can adjust the blocks as need be, pressing through that back right leg and extending, spiraling through crown of head and rotating that left side open. Inhaling and exhaling, gently coming back down. Bringing the back leg down, come into your forward fold. As we inhale, sweep through that flat back all the way up, stepping back to the wall as you need to. And exhale, coming down to Tadasana. We're going to release that left leg and we're going to come into the pelvic sling. We're going to make sure the pelvic sling comes down over the top of the femur bone so that the back is completely free to come into the forward fold. Keeping tension on the rope so that we feel a complete suspension here. And come up onto the toes, begin to place one foot back, the shin bones coming onto the wall. And allow the arms to come around the back just to allow the body to come into our child's pose. If you'd like to move into a little bit of a shoulder opener, extend the palms together. Reach the fingers, the first fingers towards the other side of the room. Draw the shoulder blades slightly together. And breathe through the crown of your head. Gently coming back. Let the arms come down into a little elbow clasp. Begin to move into that lovely quiet place.